Okay, what I said on the previous video about them coming from underneath the earth, it doesn't mean that anybody's going to actually see that. They're most likely going to make themselves appear as they've come from the skies. But what the Bible does here is it connects us to the root of information of which it's already offered us of where they can be found, and that was underneath the earth. And that's in connection with what I've already shown you about those people of old time that go down into the pit, with those cities that were not inhabited from times of old, made desolate. And that's going to connect us to that ancient judgment in Genesis. So what we can see here is the nature of the locust here is that they've been given power like scorpions. All right, scorpions poison. And now that's what I told you that was going to be the chief job of the locust, is that they were going to bring this false doctrine. Okay, and that's going to be the poison that's going to enter into the minds of men. All right, into your consciousness. And we're going to make that connection to a verse later that talks about, and their consciousness was seared as with a hot iron. And that's in relationship to this doctrine that these locusts are about to give out their mouth. So we see the reason why they're being called scorpions. It's just it's important to understand the symbolism because of the poison, and that's going to be the doctrine. Now, here's the other thing that they're being represented is as locusts. Well, why are they being represented as locusts? Well, it's because locusts eat up anything of value, and it's usually in relationship of value to the people. And what's of value to the people is their crops and their fruits. Now, in this instance, we're talking of something of a spiritual nature, because it describes here of not hurting any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. So in this instance, we're talking faith. All right? That's what the seal of God is for us, for the believers in Jesus Christ. It is your faith. Okay? And it's just as simple as that. So all of those who do not have strong faith are going to be able to be hurt by this false doctrine, by this poison, which they're going to have the power, which is given to them by Apollyon, because we see that earlier, that the locusts have this king over them, which is Apollyon. Okay, so the connection with them being the locust symbol represents them eating anything of spiritual value up. And as I told you, it's going to be the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's exactly what these locusts, that is the main thing that mankind has of value in this instance in connection with the locust. That's the exact main thing of value. It's the most worth in a spiritual sense that mankind has right now to battle these locusts, is that gospel of Jesus Christ. That is our fruit. That is what we're going to live off of. That's what's going to sustain us. And that is why these beings are being termed locusts, because they are going to plan on eating up that spiritual value that we have in the gospel of Christ. Well, some of us here and many of us are working now to defeat their plan and increase the validity of the gospel of Jesus Christ, and to show the truth and the nature of this true war of what's coming, that it's going to be a war of the words, and it's going to be of the war of the word of the false doctrine, of which they promote with anger, violence, and wrath, which they're going to use to try to defeat the very Bible itself, and in turn hope to defeat the faith in Jesus Christ that you think is lodged there in the Bible. Well, I got news for you. Faith in Jesus Christ, it comes from the spirit of truth, man. It comes from everywhere that you can gain true spirit value. The spirit of Jesus Christ transcends the Bible itself, and it enters into the heart and is written upon the heart by faith, and it's not bound to the letter, so that if the letter was ever to become confused, well, then you're not subjected to the confusion, because you have faith, and that faith is written upon the heart. I'll be back.